go and get some breakfast. That looks a healthy breakfast, Olivia. It is Sunday. Are you having, James? Banana.
And then a sausage.
There's a blue tick going in that hole there. Got it. There it is. Hey. Check the weather forecast, said it could be breezy this week, so I'm going to go out now and do a tank of spray on the barley, and then it just means we've got a little bit less to do during the week when it could be breezy. Look at this though. The top of the fridge in the abatement, perfect for holding the Richard Weston penknife without wearing a hole in my pocket. That is the problem with pen knives, especially when they've got this on the end, that little key ring clip thing. Just eat a hole in your pocket. Fits in white, nice. I was worried about this field because it's quite grassy and barley, but it hasn't turned out so bad. It definitely needs to go into OSR or beans though to clear it up. It's very difficult to control grass weeds in barley, and it's particularly bad just along the road here now. You can see, especially the tram line, that's pretty much a write-off. That's where I had a block spout on the sprayer behind, and up back of this hedge. It's kind of like comes out the hedge, gets spread through the chaff spreaders of the combine, and then that's it, then it's in the field. But yeah, I mean, I think we've got 150 acres of barley, and there's probably 2 or 3 on this field that are rubbish. I can live with that. I could always just show you this bit of the field and say, oh yeah, the barley looks fantastic, but that's not real life, is it? That's real life. This is a nice field of barley. Putting a bit of fungicide on. Looks like the sea because it's just got a few little waves on it. It's not really windy, but it's just because the whiskers are so fine, they're just rippling, but it isn't as still as it was yesterday. So I'm currently spraying it 16 kilometers an hour at 36 meters. So let me try and do the maths on that, and I'll tell you how many hectares an hour I'm doing. I think I'm doing 57 hectares an hour, which equates to 100 and, hold on, I've done it wrong, 140 acres an hour spot rate. It's only a 65 acre field though, but yeah, around half an hour to spray it. It's 2 weeks today. We'll be leaving John O'Groats, and hopefully by around this time, because we're getting 5 or 6 o'clock now, we'll be arriving in Perth, maybe a little bit later. The first day's the longest day, is 230 miles, but there's going to be some stats that come out of it, like how many miles in total we've done, how much fuel we've used. But what should we do? Should we count every pub we pass, every yellow car, every post box? What do you think? Leave us some suggestions of some of the things that we can count or analyse, say, on the way down. Maybe how many tractors we pass would be an easy one, to be fair. And it'll be something that'll obviously keep us entertained, and we can maybe run a bit of a book perhaps of what the numbers actually are. So have a think and let us know in the comments what you think we should count. Randomly yesterday someone asked how long the field was I was in, so I measured it. It was 650 metres long. We do have one that's 840 metres long. I think the one I'm in now is around 650 as well. That's this finished field. This field finished. So back to the yard. Now, the combine run, like I said, isn't that far off. So 2 weeks, we've been keeping an eye on the long range weather forecast, and it's supposed to be pretty hot. Now, these tracks are designed to do hard work. But if it's really hot weather, because this rubber drives off this wheel here, we're going to get heat build-up and friction. So, do we spray it with silicone spray, PTFE spray? Do we pour talc on them? Do we make an air duct maybe in here to channel air into them as it's traveling along? Because at 25 mile an hour or 40k, there is going to be a breeze to put it in. Or do we just do nothing? But it might be doing sort of 10 to 12 hours of road work each day. So at a lot greater speed than it would do in a field. Also, when you get hot weather, tarmac gets hotter than the air temperature because it's black, it attracts the heat. These machines will do some significant distances in different countries, but generally on dirt roads that won't attract anywhere near the heat that black tarmac will. So are we worrying about, I mean, class think it's going to be fine, but do we make some provisions? Do we carry water with us, make water jets to spray on them to keep them cool? Do we, like I say, spray it with PTFE or silicone spray, or just put talc on it and see? Thought it might look cool with an air duct, like a bit there, scooping air in and blowing it in. Yeah, let us know what you think, or just go for it. After all, it's covered by warranty. Had a few negative comments actually, well, two. One on Instagram yesterday or the other day before, and one on Twitter, saying the depreciation on the machinery, why we're doing it, and another one was saying it's not very green driving something that big from one end of the country to another. What they don't realise is we're running it on hydrated vegetable HVO fuel, which is very green and it grows in a field. It's basically renewable energy. So button it basically, but it's good. Someone whinging, it's good for the algorithm, helps the posts get a bit of traction. But hopefully they'll finish the PDI this week, and there's a wrap been designed for it. That hopefully will be coming pretty soon, because then we can get it on. The fuel I think is coming Thursday, and then it should be all ready to be trucked up to Scotland, ready for starting in 2 weeks. Dead quick birthday bumper. Steve Williams is on there, Richard Hines 49, Gemma Anchors is 38, Toby Champions 21, and Rachel Girdwood is 13. £21 short of 35,000. It's near enough, but if someone wants to round it up, by all means do that. Happy birthday everyone on there and anyone else whose birthday it is today. Concrete wall update, it is setting. That's the one we did first, starting to go white, just like the one that's done a few years ago. This one's a little bit behind it, and then this one over here is now set nice and hard. So you see it's shrunk a little bit away from the mould, which is good. Pull the moulds off, slide them up. But yeah, it's going to look well when it's done. We've done that girder a bit higher because we'll probably put some boards across there so the chip falls in. Doesn't need to bear any load, just needs it to fall in so it doesn't fall out that way. Just for Roy, who says he's not seen James Chester for ages, he's been on his holidays, that's why, but he's here today, hogging the couch that he was never allowed on when he was a pup. Some Warburton's new potatoes from Frodsham for dinner tonight, or tea, depending on where you live in the country. Sunflower update, completely all twisted over like Jodrell Bank satellite dishes at the sun up there. So yeah, growing well. Someone's chewing it there though. Right, today's quiz question is, why would I possibly have a pink and a blue smoke flare? I'll give you a little clue. Charlotte hasn't been eating that many Easter eggs. Anyway, let me know in the comments if you think you know why I've got them flares. Anyway, that is probably what's all for today. So morning off this morning, eating food. I'm watching that bird going in out that tiny little gap. I'll show you again at the very end. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. It's Monday. Get some more work done.